Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHEM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHEM, RAKAKWADASH, to all honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom to the mighty Akim and Akwat out there who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. And today's topic is going to be entitled, Be Humble. So let's start. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 20. For there is not a just man upon the earth that doeth good and sinneth not. So basically, there's no one on this earth that does good but doesn't sin. Like there's always going to be someone that who has sin or does sin or falls short in a certain area. Okay, no one is perfect save Yahawashi. No man is perfect save Yahawashi. Okay, no one that's walked this earth has been perfect but Yahawashi. Even all the brothers that are in this truth, that are in the truth now, who are going on the highways and byways and preaching this truth, even all of them, they have something that they are maybe not be might say that they're not proud of talking about, or they have a shortcoming. But at the same time, I'm not saying that you know to follow after the foolish doctrine that the world says, where no one's perfect, so we can all do whatever we want. No one's perfect, only God can judge me and all that stuff like that. Because that's not what I'm saying. With the reason why I'm bringing this out is because you need to have the mindset. Okay, so no one's perfect, meaning I'm not perfect, meaning that I need to continue to improve myself and do what I have to do to be perfect, basically. Okay, so even even if you are even if you were going out in the highways and byways doing most of the things right, there are still a few things you fall short under. You still have problems with. Maybe for example, I hear oftentimes brothers and sisters, when they first get into this truth, they have a problem not eating pork. They really like pork that much, and they they just they really want pork. So with that, maybe they sometimes eat that. Maybe it's kind of like trying to get off smoking cigarettes. Like they have to be weaned off of it. It's an eventual process. Where you finally get off that. So then that's where that's where we all um strive for perfection, because we maybe someone who's listening to this might not have a problem with eating pork. Maybe there's something else, and we basically the main purpose is aiming to be perfect, and we gotta work on ourselves. So don't think that you're all high and mighty, you're better than anyone else, because we all have our issues. Even though we as Israelites are better than all the other nations because the Most High chose us, but to but that's not how we should be thinking. All right. And jumping down to verse 27, Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 27. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. Lo, this only have I found, that Yahweh hath made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. So, out of 1,000 men, in going on a case by case individualistic survey, if for lack of a better term, 1 out of 1,000 men are righteous, but no woman is righteous. Now, the reason why I'm pointing that out is because this goes back into the mindset that we have to have. Only the chances of a brother being righteous is very low. So you need to think, okay, You can't. You might not be. You as that brother um might not be the righteous, that one out of 1,000 righteous men. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. But at the same time, you have to have the mindset that you're not, because the chances are you're not going to be righteous. So with that in mind, you need to humble yourself down. Think, be meek. All right, humble yourself down, be meek, because um I'm gonna get to it, because only the meek is gonna inherit the kingdom. And as for you women out there, you have to be even more righteous, even more humble, Slakia, because it says not a woman out of all the women out of 1,000 has not been found. There was no righteous woman found. So even so, the women even more so. It's not chances are this is an unrighteous woman, but it's women, you need to humble yourself down all the way to believing that you're not even righteous. So you have to you you even more so have to understand that you while you are not while there is not going to be a good chance to find a righteous woman, but you as a woman are, you know, humbling yourself down to the point where you're going to be um what's the word? Well, basically meek, all right? So it's not that you're going to impose, because that's what a lot of Eves do. They're very opinionated, they're very assertive and stuff like that. You can't be like that. That's basically what you're aiming not to be like. So be the complete opposite of that. All right. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 5. And we're going to get to what I was saying. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the Slakia. Matthew chapter 5, verse 5. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. All right. The meek. You know what? Let's check what meek means. Meek, quiet, gentle, and easily imposed on, submissive. All right. See the quiet, gentle, easy imposed on, even more so to the women. That's how you're supposed to be submissive. Keyword submissive to your man, to your husband, your righteous husband. And for Jake, let me get it out. Matthew chapter 5 verse 25. Even in the same chapter. Agree, Matthew chapter 5 verse 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. See, be meek in this kingdom, because we don't have power in this kingdom. We're being oppressed by our enemies and by our adversaries more so. So Jake, you can't be, you know, well, I understand that yes, sometimes people try you, sometimes people are just, straight up devils. But at the same time, you have to really be meek and not want to try to fight your way out of stuff. Right now, as a presently, not during when the time comes when we're going to be delivered. But right now, agree with thine adversary. You don't if you get pulled over, just agree with the cops. Just don't try to argue with them and whatnot. Just stay calm. Don't act like a nigga. All right. In Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. Okay, so this is the exact opposite. Contrary to contrary to how a person inherits the kingdom, this is what happens to someone who's just the complete opposite of that. It's someone who's proud, someone who thinks that they're above all, someone who thinks their their word is law and whatnot. Someone who's proud is going to be destroyed. All right, that's what That's basically the two paths. Being proud, you're going to be destroyed. Being meek, being humble, you're going to inherit the earth. So you're going to get salvation. Okay, finally, Matthew chapter 18, verse 3, and said, Verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. So converted meaning if you have to say you first hear this word, and uh you were in gangbang, you were doing a whole bunch of stuff you weren't supposed to. You're supposed to change, make that change, convert yourself from that haughty, arrogant, proud spirit into humble yourself down to a child, because when you first come into this truth, you're basically a newborn babe. You don't know much, so you have to be willing to learn, willing to listen to what brothers that teach you have to say, so you won't have to so you can learn, and you can be built up into an adult, for spiritually an adult, regardless of if you are an adult at the time, a child. Everyone, all ages here are hearing this word. All ages are coming to this truth. But yeah, and when you are able to convert yourself, change yourself, become humble, or as a little child, you're going to be the greatest. If you're as humble as a little child, you're going to be the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. That's what's reserved for you. All right. So all in all, be humble, Israel. Don't be Don't be prideful. With pride comes destruction, and being humble or being meek, you'll inherit the earth, and you will also you'll be the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And with that, I want to say Shalom.